जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद ओम नमो जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवृतर अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् वचरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य ब्यूटीफुल आचार्य से विद होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 9. Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna. Text 12. Tyaktva yashtim sutam bhitam. Tyaktva yashtim sutam bhitam. Vignaya arbakavatsala. Vignaya arbakavatsala. Iyesha kila tam baddhum. Iyesha kila tam baddhum. Atat vidya kovida. Oh, Damna Tat Virya Kovida. Damna Tat Virya Kovida. Tyaktva Yashtim Sutam Bhitam. Vigyayarbhakavatsala. Iye Shakilatam Badhum. Damna Tadvirya Kovida. Tyaktva Yashtim Sutam Bhitam. Vigyayarbhakavatsala. Iye Shakilatam Badhum. Damna Tadvirya Kovida. Tyaktva, throwing away. Yashtim, the stick in her hand. Sutam, her son. Bhitam, considering her son's great fear. Vignaya, understanding. Arbhakavatsala, the most affectionate mother of Krishna. Iyesha, desired. Kila, indeed. Tam, Krishna. Badhum, to bind. Damna, with a rope. Atat virya kovida, without knowledge of the supremely powerful personality of Godhead, because of intense love for Krishna. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaya Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Mother Yashoda was always overwhelmed by intense love for Krishna, not knowing who Krishna was or how powerful he was. Because of maternal affection for Krishna, she never even cared to know who he was. Therefore, when she saw that her son had become excessively afraid, she threw the stick away and desired to bind him so that he would not commit any further naughty activities. Can I repeat the translation? Mother Yashoda was always overwhelmed by intense love for Krishna, not knowing who Krishna was or how powerful he was. Because of maternal affection for Krishna, she never even cared to know who he was. Therefore, when she saw that her son had become excessively afraid, she threw the stick away and desired to bind him so that he would not commit any further naughty activities. Purport. Mother Yashoda wanted to bind Lord Krishna not in order to chastise him, but she thought that the child was so restless that he might leave the house in fear. That would be another disturbance. Therefore, because of full affection, to stop Krishna from leaving the house, she wanted to bind him with rope. Mother Yashoda wanted to impress upon Krishna that since he was afraid merely to see her stick, he should not perform such disturbing activities as breaking the container of yogurt and butter and distributing its contents to the monkeys. Mother Yashoda did not care to understand who Krishna was and how his power spreads everywhere. This is an example of pure love for Krishna. Thus ends the Bhakti purport and translation to Canto 10, Chapter 9, text number 12 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We can see the intimate and intense love of Mother Yashoda for Krishna being displayed in all these pastimes. We may read Bhagavatam and we may read Bhagavad Gita to know the fact that we are eternally connected with Krishna in loving relationship and in the spiritual platform. But what does this mean for us? We have no clue, no idea. First of all, who is God? We have no idea. Then comes to know who is God. Then understand Him. Then develop a relationship with Him. Then become attached to Him. Then love Him. Then intensify that love. Where is our position today? So how do we understand when Krishna says that this entire Bhagavad Gita is primarily teaching us our relationship with Krishna, our eternal relationship with Krishna in transcendental love? In the 4th chapter, verse 3, Krishna spoke about this. But what does this mean for us? I have no love for Krishna. I don't even know who is Krishna. Most people literally don't know Krishna also. But even those who know Krishna, what do we know about Him? In truth, in transcendental truth. Tatvataha, as Krishna describes in the 4th chapter, text 9. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvataha. In tatvataha, who knows? Srila Prabhupada explains, even when Krishna was personally present in this world, millions of people were there on the earth, on the globe. But very few people knew Krishna in truth. Like Pandavas, Narad Muni, Vedavyasa. That's all. Mother Kunti, Vasudeva, Devaki. Very few you can count. So that is the position. So it is not easy to know Krishna in truth. And what to speak of developing love for Krishna, and what to speak of intensifying that love. So the pastimes we see now in this episode between Mother Yashoda and Krishna is enacted in that platform of intense love for Krishna, which is not to be imitated. But that should be our desire. One Acharya has written one song, "When will that day be mine, where I will develop such attraction which Mother Yashoda has got for Krishna, such attraction that the gopis have for Krishna. When will that day be mine?" So let us understand what is the position of Mother Yashoda so that we can better appreciate her transcendental dealings with her beloved son Krishna. Her son, Krishna. Krishna is not somebody else's son. He is not the property of somebody. He is the property of the pure devotee. That is explained by Rupa Goswami. Krishna is the property of the pure devotee. He belongs to Mother Yashoda Nanda, not anybody and everybody or somebody. No. Therefore, Krishna is being famously identified as Yashoda Nandana, Nanda Nandana, Devaki Nandana, Vasudeva Sutta. That is his identity. That's why you see earlier days, today it is changed. Earlier days when they do Namakaran, your name will be the last, or it may be in between. Before that will be father's name, grandfather's name, family's name, lineage name, and ending with a surname also, which caste you belong to. It's an identity. Otherwise you are identityless. It will be ghostly then, with no identity. Always the village name will be there, the family name will be there, father's name and grandfather's name will be there, and then your name. Your name will be only one in between that. Today it is changed anyway. Very short. Mr. Hat, Mr. Bill. I'm serious. People have such names. Maybe they have their own meaning. But in Vedic culture, whenever a name is given, lot of meaning, lot of purpose, lot of reason is there. That is described in the Bhagavatam again. Everything you will get in Bhagavatam. The whole discussion has come about because of the grace of Parikshit Maharaj. We'll talk about him very shortly. If Parikshit Maharaj wouldn't have questioned Shukadeva Goswami, we wouldn't have been the recipient of all these wonderful revelations of the spiritual world, spiritual situation of Krishna and Krishna's devotees. What's happening in the spiritual world? There's no live recording from the spiritual world. That's only in the pure devotee's heart. We don't have that fortune. If not for Parikshit Maharaj and Shukadeva Goswami, mercifully, kindly revealing these truths to us. If they would have concealed or not spoken, imagine our position. How pathetic it would have been. So, Parikshit Maharaj, see the word Parikshit, because when he was born, even before he was born, he was protected by Lord Krishna in the womb of Uttara when he was developing in Uttara's womb. But Ashwatthama tried to kill him. The last descendant of the Kuru Vamsha. That time Mother Uttara, she intensely, deeply prayed to Krishna. And Krishna, immediately recognizing the danger faced by Parikshit, that time he was now named Parikshit, Krishna came and protected. Krishna personally guarded the womb of Mother Uttara. And he went round the womb like a security guard, no? Like our guard, no? Night time if you come, after 10 you come, you will see our security will go one round, all round the compound he will go. Krishna went all round the womb of Mother Uttara. He did multiple rounds. Constantly he was going round to ensure protection for Parikshit Maharaj. So then when Parikshit Maharaj came out of Mother Uttara, he was trying to search out, examine. The word pariksha literally means examine. He was doing pariksha. Pariksha means, like we say, that's why we know in our school days also we have this pariksha. Pariksha hege bardidya. Hege ito. How was the exam? Examination. So, he was doing pariksha. Every person he will see. Is he the same person I saw in my mother's womb? Is he the same person? Is he the same person? Is he the same person? He was examining. Therefore, the expert astrologers, Brahmana astrologers, who could understand all these things. Just by looking at Parikshit, looking at his Jataka, they understood, oh, he'll be searching for that person who protected him in his womb and saved him. He wouldn't have even taken his birth. So he would examine every personality. Therefore they kept his name Parikshit. So like that. So identity is there, reason is there, purpose is there. So whenever Krishna is called Bhakta Vatsala, Yashoda Nandana, Nandanandana, etc. Krishna wants to be identified with the pure devotee. Krishna considers himself very sheltered, relieved, comfortable under the shelter of a devotee, protection of a devotee, care of a devotee. Devotee means what kind of devotee? That is what Bhagavatam is presenting here. Devotees who have intense love for Krishna, such kind of devotees, pure devotees of the Lord. So let us understand what are the characteristics of a person who has actually developed this kind of intense love or ecstatic love for Krishna. There are 9 symptoms or characteristics of a person who has developed ecstatic love for Krishna or intense love for Krishna. 9 characteristics are there. We will try to discuss that. Number 1, Avyartha Kalatvam. Rupa Goswami describes all these 9 symptoms or lakshanas of a person in this state of Krishna consciousness. So Avyartha Kalatvam means he is very anxious to utilize his time in the service to his Lord Krishna. He does not like to be idle. He always wants to serve 24 hours without deviation. 24 hours. He becomes restless if there is no service. He becomes disturbed if there is no service. He just can't imagine a situation where there is no service to Krishna, to his beloved Lord. He becomes very anxious, very disturbed if there is no service to his Lord. So therefore, how does he engage? His words, body and mind. Rupa Goswami explains. By his words, he is always engaged in reciting prayers to the Lord. Either you memorize the prayers or you can take a printout and read. Not an issue. Memory is not a very big issue in Krishna consciousness. Memory is good, it is fine. Not good, doesn't matter. Most people, they escape this item by saying, Prabhu, my memory is not good. I'm not very good at learning. No, you don't require to. You take the book and read. So this is a symptom of a person in ecstatic love for Krishna. He is constantly reciting prayers to the Lord. And he is able to naturally recite prayers because of ecstatic love. He doesn't have to memorize. We have to memorize. You know why? Because we don't allow. It is artificial for us. So you have to memorize. But Mother Yashoda, when she is composing prayers, or pure devotee, when they are composing prayers, it is their feelings to Krishna, their realizations, their attachment, their love. So nothing to memorize there actually. Anyway, so that is how they engage their words. Then in mind, in always thinking of the Lord. See how Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita 2 times is expressed, you love me. How did Krishna express? 9th chapter, Man Mana Bhava Mad Bhakto. 18th chapter again, Man Mana Bhava Mad Bhakto. Krishna said, Man Mana. Engage your mind in thinking of me. Why? Why will you think of somebody unless you like him? Of course, you can think of a person in 2 ways. Because you hate somebody or you like somebody. You love somebody. You will always think of that person. When you hate somebody, you will always think, this fellow. he should have it. I will see that he will have it. So you're always thinking of that person because you hate him, means you dislike him. Or you like somebody. Oh, so nice. If you want to spend more time with him, all the time with him, because you like him. So if he's not there, you want to always think of him. You don't want the time to pass away without thinking of him. Something connected with him I must be engaged in. So Manmana, Krishna is saying, do that with me. I'm your best friend, best lover. So Krishna is saying, symptom of a devotee who's in ecstatic love is, Rupa Goswami is saying, he is always thinking of Krishna. Krishna also says that the devotee is always thinking of me. Then third thing is body. Words, mind and body. Body, with his body, he always offers obeisances by bowing down before the Lord. With his body, before the deity, or he engages in some other service physically. That's the use of the body. Then people ask, why this body is given to me if it is Maya? No, it is not Maya. Today morning Mangalarti quote we read, Prabhupada said that for a pure devotee there is nothing material. Everything is spiritual. It's a question of variety, that's all. One is material variety, one is spiritual variety. As a variety, you segregate material and spiritual. Everything is spiritual because Krishna is spiritual. So everything of Krishna's creation is spiritual. It's a variety. So there is nothing material for Krishna or for Krishna's pure devotee. So this body is not material. This body is material only for those in Maya, for a conditioned soul. This body is Krishna's creation. It's got a beautiful purpose and use in the service of Krishna. I can do nice decoration to the deity. I can cook with my very hands. How can I cook for my Lord? Otherwise, how can I put a nice garland to my Lord if I don't have the hands? If I don't have legs, how can I walk to my Lord and put the garland on him? How can I walk from here to Prabhupada and put a garland on him? How can I do dressing of Prabhupada or dressing of the deity if I don't have hands? How can I put nice tilak if I don't have fingers? And require all the five to hold the brush. So everything is well thought to give a good hold. To do like this, you have to put the tilak. It requires support, you require 5 fingers. Not 2 fingers. Everything has got a purpose. How can I see, okay, the puja is beautifully decorated the deity. Who is going to enjoy that beauty if you don't have eyes? Who is going to enjoy that beauty? So Krishna has created eyes. Enjoy and relish the transcendental beauty of Krishna. A nice garland they have put for Mangalarti. Or now Darshanarati. Night time we will remove at 8:30. We will first offer to Prabhupada. After it's meant for devotees as prasad. This garland after Prabhupada becomes Maha Prasad. So it is Maha Prasadam garland. If there is no nostrils and sense of smell, how are you going to relish the beautiful garland offered by some devotee to the Lord? How are you going to relish? Wow, what a transcendental fragrance. Which fragrance, Prabhu? Krishna fragrance. Like last time somebody gave, we'll say Mallige flower, Sampige flower. No, this is Krishna's fragrance. Which fragrance? We'll say Mallige fragrance, lily fragrance. This is Krishna fragrance. So how will you relish that? So body, mind and words. In this way the devotee is always engaged with his body, mind and words. Kaya, vacha, manasa. So his whole life is engaged without wasting even one moment for any other engagement. It's called avyartha kalatvam. He cannot think of any other engagement. His mind and body and words simply does not permit. He is helpless basically. He cannot. That state is ecstatic love for Krishna. That is symptom 1, characteristic 1. Second characteristic of the devotee in intense love or ecstatic love for Krishna is he is always reserved and perseverant. So, how do you define a person is reserved and perseverant? That is described by Rupa Goswami. When a person is undisturbed, even in the presence of various causes of disturbance, such a person is defined as reserved and perseverant. These are very specific definitions. What is the example? We can see in the life of Parikshit Maharaj, ideal example. We know Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by a young Brahmin boy by name Shringi to die within 7 days by a snake bite. So Parikshit Maharaj, what did he say at that time? Did he become agitated, disturbed, fearful, anxiety filled? No. Parikshit Maharaj said like this. His own statement, Bhagavatam, it is there. The 19th chapter, the first canto, it is there. Parikshit Maharaj says, "Let the curse of the Brahmana's son fall upon me. I do not mind. I only request that at the last moment of my life, all of you, the assembled sages, kindly chant the holy name of Vishnu so that I may realize his transcendental qualities." He is requesting them to chant the holy names of Vishnu, Krishna, so that he can absorb his mind in the names of Vishnu or Krishna. And through chanting the holy names of the Lord, he can have transcendental realization of the transcendental qualities of Krishna. So, in conclusion, Parikshit Maharaj remaining patient even at the last point of his life. His undisturbed condition of mind is an example of reservation. So one's mind should not be disturbed by external factors. Mind is so sensitive because we know emotions means mind. So sensitive. There is every reason for mind to become disturbed, agitated, anxious. But if it is undisturbed in any material circumstance, be it favorable or unfavorable, but fixed on the lotus feet of Krishna or Krishna consciousness, then he is said to be reserved and perseverant. The second symptom. The third symptom, he is always detached from all material attraction. This is the third symptom. Because material life means our senses are always attracted to some material object, sense object. That is material situation. Eyes are attracted to some material forms, man or woman, or some beautiful things. Ears are attracted to some mundane music, mundane sounds. So senses are always attracted to some material situation, material sense objects. But when a devotee develops transcendental love for Krishna, his senses are no longer attracted by material desires of any kind. So this state of mind is called detachment. And the best example again is from Bhagavatam in the life of Bharat Maharaj, who was the son of Lord Rishabhadeva. There's a beautiful verse about Bharat Maharaj. It says that Emperor Bharata was so attracted by the beauty of the lotus feet of Krishna that even in his youthful life, not old age, not after retirement, 60 years plus. Youthful life, that means in his 20s, mid 20s, 20s and mid 20s. A youthful life. He gave up all kinds of attachment to family, children, friends, kingdom, etc. As though they were untouchable stools. Who can think like this? Stool is abominable. We just want to finish off the business and get out of the, washroom, toilet room. And here Bharat Maharaj is feeling material relationships, material friendship, material opulence, power, kingdom to be like stool. Naturally, you don't have any difficulty in giving up stool. You don't feel attached to stool. I don't think anybody is there in the world like that. Even the worst person, even the mad person, I don't think he can become attached to stool. So, even now the important point Rupa Goswami explains is very interesting. Even in the presence of such allurements, if one remains unattracted to such material attachments, then he is called detached. It is not that nothing is there, you are a poor man, you are a dullard, you are not smart, you are not intelligent, you don't have any great qualities. So you are detached. There's nothing great about it. You have all opulences around you. You are very intelligent, very powerful, very influential, very famous, well-known, cared, loud. Lot of opulences, richness. Everything going wonderfully, and yet you feel detached. You feel unattached. That is real detachment. So, sometimes a neophyte may artificially has to renounce these things for his safety as a matter of precaution, just so that he can develop attraction to Krishna. So therefore we say, let's not be allured by material assets, be it mobile, car, building, then Krishna will be far away for us. Krishna will be far away. So a neophyte devotee therefore is restricted use, because he has not given up attachment to these things. So neophyte is restricted. No, sometimes he is disallowed. But the actual detachment is not by forcefully separating them or restricting them. The actual advancement Rupa Goswami says is interesting. He says, the real position of a mature devotee is that even in the presence of all allurements, he is not at all attracted, because his attraction is elsewhere. This is the actual criterion of detachment, whether you are sufficiently attracted to Krishna. This is real criterion for detachment. Then the fourth symptom, he does not long for any material respect in return for his activities. So Rupa Goswami calls this as pridelessness. Again, this is very interesting. What is pridelessness? If you don't have anything, you are not proud, so nothing great about it. Prabhu, such a humble devotee, Prabhu. Obviously, anyway, he will be humble. There's nothing great about it. Prabhu, such a nice devotee, Prabhu. Such a nice person, Prabhu. No pride. Obviously, because he is neither state rank holder, nor a rich man's son or a minister's son, nor yielding power, nothing. Nor a avadhani, dashavadhani or shatavadhani. what great about? So what? He's prideless. So Rupa Goswami says pridelessness means when a devotee, in spite of possessing all transcendental realizations, still he is not proud of his position, of his realization. Just like Mother Yashoda, she is not proud that I am the greatest devotee. She does not even know that she is the greatest devotee. We are discussing about her, but she does not know we are discussing her glories. She does not know. Nor she cares to know. Oh, what are people thinking about my attachment to Krishna, about my love for Krishna? What are people thinking? She is least bothered. She just loves Krishna, that's all. Whether you think or you don't think about Mother Yashoda, she continues to love Krishna with intense feeling. And even if somebody points at Mother Yashoda, oh, acha, you thought like that, huh? Okay, I never thought. So this is called pridelessness. He is not proud of his position. See, Prabhupada, so many devotees he made. He is not at all proud. He didn't went on canvassing, I made 10,000 disciples, I made 100 temples. We who are glorifying the Acharya. He never went on blowing his trumpet like that. So, such a devotee is called prideless. So, in the Padma Purana, there is a very nice example in this regard about King Bhagiratha. We all know the story. Bhagavatam also his story comes. He brought Ganga to earth. Therefore, today you have the fortune of contacting Mother Ganga. Otherwise, for good, you have no opportunity. Can you imagine the situation? How it creates fear in your system? There's no Ganga for purification. What's your position? If Parikshit wouldn't have appeared and the Brahmin boy wouldn't have cursed, there's no Bhagavatam for you to discuss every day. Then what's your engagement? So scary. Isn't it? It's very scary. No Ganga water. No Yamuna. So scary, isn't it? No Vrindavan. My God, how dangerous it must have been for us. So King Bhagiratha was the emperor above all other kings. Srila Rupa Goswami says, yet he developed such ecstatic love for Krishna that he became a mendicant. Interestingly, he went door to door begging, even in his enemies' time, when some were enemies, when he was the emperor. Even to their homes, he didn't hesitate to go and beg. So even he went to the homes of the political enemies and untouchables and begged alms. Suppose you don't like somebody, you think you'll want to talk to him, you don't even want to see him. When he comes in front of you, you'll just turn him, you'll go away that side. Prabhu, let that will say. Sir, let that will say. We have seen all this, isn't it? Yeah, we see. And forget going to his home. Here we sing Bharat Maharaj, although he doesn't have any, King Bhagiratha, although he didn't have enemy, but those who made Bhagiratha as his political enemy, even to their homes he didn't hesitate to go. And even at the house of the untouchables, because he was so humble that he respectfully bowed down before them. This is the symptom of a Vaishnava. Or a person, not just a Vaishnava, who has developed ecstatic love for Krishna. Prabhupada quotes in this regard, even less than 200 years, Prabhupada says, somewhere in the 17th century, there was one Lal Babu in Calcutta. He was a landowner. Such a rich man, whole Calcutta knows him. Big zamindar. He went begging door to door, even in the homes of his political enemies, similar to King Bhagiratha, after he became a Vaishnava. So, what does this mean? So, Rupa Goswami explains, begging involves even going to the house of persons, even at the cost of being insulted by that person. This is what we are trained in ISKCON by Prabhupada. Therefore, we send devotees out. You must go. And it does not matter if you are insulted. It does not matter. Preach. You must learn humility, pridelessness. Now that all the time you are appreciated, you are glorified, you are recognized, very dangerous position for a devotee. Begging involves being ready to be insulted by persons to whose home one has come. That is natural. Why do you expect everybody should respect you? Why do you expect everybody should respect you? That's okay. They'll insult you. That's fine. So the devotee thinks, let me tolerate such insults for the sake of Krishna. But you please chant Hare Krishna. You please take prasad. You please come to temple. You please give something for my Lord. For your Lord, not my Lord. My Lord also, your Lord also. He is thinking, your Lord, why should I give? That's why people don't give. Because he is thinking, it is your Lord, not my Lord. In ignorance, he is thinking it is also his Lord. He does not know. He is thinking it is only your Lord, not my Lord. As people, foolishly they argue, the Nim Devro. What do you mean by Nam Devro? Ellaru Devro avaru. Ellaru Preeti avanu. So the devotee of Krishna can accept any position in the service of Krishna. Then the fifth symptom, having great hope, called Asha Bandha. This is very interesting and relevant, at least for us, we can practice this. He is always certain that Krishna will bestow his mercy upon him. So yesterday we discussed in our meeting also about this point. Krishna will always be merciful and never doubt this principle and truth, transcendental truth, that Krishna will bestow his mercy is an eternal transcendental truth. So never feel discouraged if you don't have something or lack something. The strong conviction that one will certainly receive the favor of Krishna is called Asha Bandha. It's a beautiful expression by Rupa Goswami. I'll just read it verbatim. Shri Rupa Goswami said like this: I have no love for Krishna, nor for the causes of developing love for Krishna. See, very minutely you have to read these things. I have no love for Krishna, nor a cause for developing love for Krishna. That means there is no impetus also for me to love Krishna. First, I don't have love. There is no reason to love Krishna also. Namely in the form of hearing and chanting. I don't have any attraction. Ratina Janmilo Asha Tere Pai. Narottam Das Thakur said that. And the process of Bhakti Yoga, by which one is always thinking of Krishna, is also lacking in me. As far as philosophical knowledge or pious works are concerned, I don't see any opportunity for me to execute such activities. Even Punya Karma, I have no interest. Forget love of God. Such a wretched soul I am. Miserable soul I am. But above all, I am not even born of a nice family. My birth also you cannot ask, Prabhuji. Therefore, I may simply pray to you, oh Gopijana Vallabha. I simply wish and hope that some way or other I may be able to approach your lotus feet. And this hope is giving me pain because I think myself quite incompetent to approach that transcendental goal of life. So what does this mean? Prabhupada explains, one should continue to hope against hope. That some way or other, I will be able to approach lotus feet of Krishna. Sometimes we feel very dejected, depressed, discouraged, demoralized, all these things, it happens in our life, right? So that time also Rupa Goswami is teaching us that we hope against hope. Okay, hopefully that this situation will change. I will advance in Krishna consciousness. I will develop attraction for Krishna. How much I am trying, still this love of God is not manifesting in me. Ecstatic love is not coming in me. How long? How long? Hope against hope. And having transcendental faith, having great hope, Asha Bandha. Then the sixth one, eagerness for achieving desired success. Samutkantha. Samutkantha. One should be very eager to serve the Lord faithfully. See, that is very important, faithfulness. Not that situation is favorable, I am with Krishna or with Prabhupada. No. Faithfulness, also something like chastity, like a wife to the husband. Whatever the husband may be, the wife can never give up the husband, connection with the husband, under any circumstance. Even if the wife may come across some other better man after marriage, does not matter. My husband. So faithfulness. Maybe tomorrow you find some other better master. Maybe. Foolishly. There cannot be better master than Krishna. Even if somebody thinks, no. Similarly, somebody may think there's a better spiritual master than Prabhupada. No. Faithfulness. Loyalty. Chastity. So, and the eagerness to serve Prabhupada and Krishna faithfully. That's called samutkantha. It's not easy for a neophyte devotee like us. That's why you see our faith wavers, our loyalty shifts. Suddenly we quit Prabhupada, we give up ISKCON, we give up Hare Krishna very easily. That means he's a neophyte. Not so easily, he's a madhyama. Not at all possible, uttama, adhikari. So, he's very eager to serve the Lord faithfully. When one is sufficiently eager to achieve success in devotional service, that eagerness is called samutkantha. Like Rupa Goswami says, Prabhupada explains many places, Tatra laulyam ekalam mulyam. The famous words by Prabhupada. Tatra laulyam ekalam mulyam. That the only price to purchase Krishna, is laulyam, means greed or eagerness. Transcendental greed or eagerness. Janma koti sukrutir na labhyate. But it's not easily achieved. Eagerness to serve Krishna. So after many, many koti janmas of spiritual credits, one may, no guarantee, one may. So like that. So then, seventh characteristic, he is very much attached to the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Very much attached to the chanting of the holy names. Attachment means asakti. Very attached to the chanting of the holy names. So Bilva Mangala Thakur has described in Krishna Karnamrita about the position of Radharani as expressed by one gopi who observed Radharani's feelings while chanting Krishna's name. So Bilva Thakur says that one gopi, she addressed like this: O Lord Govinda, the girl who is the daughter of King Vrishabhanu is now shedding tears and she is anxiously chanting your holy name, Krishna, Krishna. Anxiously chanting, not casually chanting, not dutifully chanting, not even seriously chanting. Anxiously chanting, it's very different. Anxiety, it's very different. Atanka. Oh Krishna. Just like, if you're in the hospital, you're just taking last breaths. At that moment you give an oxygen cylinder, how you feel? That's called anxiousness. Where somebody will come. Suppose you are on a highway, some accident has happened. Severe bruises, wounded severely. Probably the bone is broken, multiple fractures. Probably death is the only option that time. Nobody around. Be anxiously waiting, is there anybody who will at least come to me? Or I can access my phone to just give a call. Because the mobile is thrown far away and broken also into pieces because of the accident. Imagine the anxiety, nobody around. So anxiously calling Krishna, Krishna. It's a very different chanting it is. How we chant. So this is a symptom of one in ecstatic love for Krishna. Then the eighth symptom, he is always eager to describe the transcendental qualities of the Lord. Very interesting. Rupa Goswami describes, again quoting Bilva Mangala Thakur from Krishna Karnamrita, he says, What shall I do for Krishna, who is pleasing beyond all pleasurable conceptions? What is it I can do which can please Krishna? Because is there anything which is called as pleasing to God which I can do? He is transcendental personality. I can do something. I know if I do this, you will like, you'll be pleased. What is it I can do to Krishna which Krishna can become pleased? Not an easy thing. Think about it. Offer an article, offer gold, offer property, offer prayers, Sanskrit. Arey, Krishna has everything. What are you going to please him? Offer a nice wife to a young brahmachari. And Krishna is already, he is having 16,000, 16 million. He is the only Purusha in the existence. There is no other Purusha. And he is the most beautiful. Why will he be attracted by somebody else or somebody other, some other beauty other than him? So what is it that you have to do to please Krishna? Not an easy thing. So therefore, in the anxiety, this devotee is praying, Bilumangala Thakur, what shall I do for Krishna who is pleasing beyond all pleasurable conceptions? So, then he says, the idea of Krishna's beautiful activities is attracting my heart. I do not know what I can do for him. The last point, the last characteristic of one in ecstatic love for Krishna, he is very pleased to live in a place where the Lord's pastimes are performed. Mathura Vasa. He is very eager to reside in Mathura, Vrindavan or Dwaraka. He is not enamored by Dubai, Singapore, US, Canada, London. He is not enamored. Japan. He is not enamored. He is eager to reside in Mathura, Vrindavana or Dwaraka, where his Lord is residing. Of course, elsewhere Prabhupada says, where ISKCON temple is there, the combination of all three in one. Prabhupada called ISKCON temples as, who knows, pocket Vaikuntha. Prabhupada described ISKCON temples as pocket Vaikuntha. So you should try to create a residence near ISKCON temple, so that you can come daily to the temple like you are all coming. So in that way you can fulfill this item of devotional service of residing in Mathura, Vrindavan or Dwaraka. That you can come morning and evening regularly to the temple and have darshan of the Lord, hear the Lord's leelas, hear the ringing of the bell, ding, 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 ding. Prabhupada says that one place. Hear the ringing of the bell, ding, 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 during Arati, and see the Arati performance and partake Mahaprasad and Charnamrit. Such wonderful transcendental fortune is possible. So this is the position of Mother Yashoda. After that she is dealing with Krishna. And we are thinking that, sometimes we also think that Krishna is talking to me. Radha and Krishna came to my home yesterday. They were talking with me. Prabhupada says in the purport there. Somebody says Radha Krishna came to my home and they talked with me. These are all bogus. Where are the other symptoms? That is not there. So we have to be very careful about Sahajiyism. Be very careful. So not to imitate spiritual or transcendental emotions in an immature state of Krishna consciousness. When I have not developed detachment from material things, I am still attracted to material things. So how can I experience these kind of transcendental ecstatic feelings for Krishna? Not possible. So Mother Yashoda has all these 9 characteristics in fullness and naturally. And in that platform, these pastimes are being described by Shukadeva Goswami. How she is always overwhelmed by intense love for Krishna, not knowing who Krishna was or how powerful he was. Because of maternal affection for Krishna, she never even cared to know who he was. That does not mean that she is neglectful of Krishna or she is deriding Krishna. It simply means she is overwhelmed by maternal affection for Krishna. Therefore, when she saw that her son had become extremely afraid, she threw the stick away and desired to bind him so that he would not commit any further naughty activities. But Prabhupada explains in the purport that her primary concern was, she is concerned that Krishna should not become afraid and leave the house and go away. That will be another cause of disturbance for Yashoda, her darling, her life. That she cannot allow. Therefore, she threw the stick away. So these are the transcendental feelings, ecstatic feelings exchanged by Mother Yashoda with Krishna. So by her grace, we also pray that we do our sadhana bhakti nicely and then come to Raganuga bhakti, then Bhava bhakti, then there is Prema bhakti. And by her grace and Prabhupada's grace that we also develop such symptoms. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.